You guys a couple questions, and then you can just raise your hand and you can come up and answer them. So the theme for today is what would you do? So the first question is, if you won the lottery, what would be the first thing you would do?
Yes. Bring down the If I won the lottery, the first thing I would do is buy lots and lots of Blockbuster stock. Nah, I'm just messing with you. They're doomed. What I would do first is put half away into a bank that gives about 4% interest that compounds daily. That should give me, based off calculations I've read in a book before, about 10 cents a minute to do whatever I want. The other half, I just go completely nuts and spend in the first 30 days. The difference between the two is that usually when people win the lottery, they have a tendency to lose it completely, and then they find out that they're in trouble. What I'm going to do is make sure that I have at least half stored away for the future, and then I feel like I've deserved a vacation of sorts, so I'll spend 30 days spending $500,000. And if the government comes and asks for their tax share, I'll make sure to limit the amount that I spent of those $500,000 to make sure that I give about the 33% or so that I'm due. So in reality, I'll have roughly $1,700. That's still enough to go just about nuts and do whatever I want. Go to Disneyland while snorting cocaine. Wait, no, I pretend I didn't say that. And I guess pay people to let me cut in front of them, every single one of them, at the lines at Disneyland. That's really it. Just make sure to save money for now. Spend money now and make sure to save for later.
If your boyfriend or girlfriend accidentally left their Instagram or Facebook or something open, what would you do? Would you guys go through it? Would you turn it off? Would you leave?
Alright, so there's a lot of things you can do. Two people. Your boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't know if this is specifically better, but this is the best thing I've ever heard. You know, you could write like, oh, I'm stupid, I'm other things. You can say, oh, I hacked you, lol, BFFs forever. Like, that's the nice one you can do. But the best thing you can do is this one. You go into their settings, you change one thing, you change their birthday. So you change that birthday to a day, whatever you really want, but probably you don't want to wait forever for something to happen, so in the next week. And then you just wait, because then on that day, all of the people that person is only kind of Facebook friends with but doesn't really know are going to send them messages saying, happy birthday, oh my god, how are you? And they're going to be like, what? And then it'll just be like really funny to watch happy on their wall, and then you can send them like a cryptic message like, happy birthday, it's a little early this year, and then they just like, yeah. I think that's the best thing that you can do because it's sneaky, they won't see it coming. Thank you.
Next question, who would you rather be besties with, Bill Gates or Nicki Minaj?
Yeah. Okay. Man, is this even a question? Huh. Temporary team pop celebrity burnout. Richest man on earth. I don't know about you guys, but I think I would opt with the later option. I mean, this guy is by far the richest man you ever. I mean, just like knowing him is probably going to give you like $1 million eventually down the line. Nicki Minaj is probably going to get crap thrown at you. You're probably going to get beat up by her posse, and there's going to be a lot of cocaine, which isn't really my thing. So I think I'd just jam on a beach with Hawaii with Bill Gates and, you know, pretty much contemplate world domination with the guy, probably pitch him on something. Get a big fat investment. Nicki Minaj would be nice, but yeah, we'll probably just go to her house and throw some eggs. That's all. Yeah, I know.
Would anybody take Nicki Minaj?
She's rich too.
Yeah. She's taking people parties.
Like a top of her. Try to sue her. So, Nicki Minaj is the superior choice to your Bill Gates. I apologize, but you are clearly wrong. Now, you stated that Bill Gates' relationship would result in at least $1 million of fun money, I imagine. And I say that is wrong, because Bill Gates is obviously a smart man, and he knows how to invest his money wisely. He has a lot of money for a reason, and that's because he knows how to keep it. You also mentioned that Nicki Minaj is going to be a fade-out star or whatever, but she currently has a lot of money, and she currently probably spends a lot of money. And if I can get in on that posse, you know, make a few security guard friends, get some money, get some Nicki Minaj, I don't know, friendship, throw eggs at her, I don't know what that is, but I think that if I could, I don't want to say consummate that relationship because that's weird, but if I could form that relationship and make it a good one, I think that is much more monetarily significant than making friends with Bill Gates. Thank you.
The next question is, if you go on a date and you guys go to dinner and you're having a good conversation and then you look up and they have a big chunk of food right in the middle of their teeth, what do? You tell them, do you keep talking, do you just look down?
Not to say that this has happened before, but I like to find humor in a lot of things, you guys know that, and I think that to be on a date, you'd have to be a little open and say, hey, you know, I think that you've got something in your teeth, let me check this out. Are you good? But definitely, I would definitely say, you know, bring it up. You know, let her have a couple more bites of food. Maybe that'll knock it out of there. So you know, you can take your time on that one. But I don't see personally. I don't see that really as an issue. I'm like, man, that's a deal breaker. You know, she's got food in her teeth. Oh no, going great. Maybe there won't be a second date, huh? But I definitely, I would say something. I would definitely say, hey, you know, oh, you got a little something in your teeth. You know, let me get that out for you. No, move in for it. This is why I'm single, by the way. Not go well the last couple times. But yes, I think, you know, a bit of find a little humor in that, and you know, definitely let her know that, hey, you know, we have something in our teeth, and I think that should be fine. Thank you.
Kind of the same thing happened while I was on a date, but one time I was a waitress working, and there was this mother and daughter, and they were eating dinner. And the daughter had all this food in her mouth, and she just kept talking, and the mom wouldn't say anything, and I didn't know if I should be like, tell your daughter, like, I don't know, it's really awkward. But anyways, okay, the next question is, let's see. What do you believe is Victoria's secret? And if you knew her secret, what would you do with it? Anybody?
Is there a real secret, or is this just all?
I'm just asking, what do you think her secret is? And if you knew what it was, would you tell people? Would you keep it to yourself? Would you just tell models?
I'll try it. So I'm Alan. So first off, does Victoria really have any secrets left? All right. So, but if I were to step in the shoes of one of the Victoria's Secrets models, I have to imagine it probably comprises three things. One, a lot of great diet and exercise, right? Because that's how you get a great bod to start with, right? And then I'm sure a fantastic makeup artist, right? With the ability to airbrush out every blemish, cellulite, and, you know, irregularity of any skin surface whatsoever. And third, I would have to say probably a very excellent digital imagery artist, Photoshop person, and I think whatever that person with those three things is able to address can handle all of her secrets, and thus she has no secrets left because they've all been addressed.
If you had the choice of having a personal styling team or a personal chef for the rest of your life, what would you choose and why?
Well, for those of you who know, graduate from here, so I wouldn't need a stylist team because I am my own stylist team. So I would want a personal chef because it's food on demand. You get food whenever you want, and also help you eat right, eat healthy, eat proportionally, not eat junk food. And the quandary of your personal chef would be non-existent because your chef would know what you like to eat, what you don't like to eat. And as far as personal stylists go, I do a pretty good job.
Okay. So I don't know if this has ever happened to anybody, but if it has happened, or if it happened to you, what would you do if you accidentally drunk texted your boss something inappropriate? Has anybody ever done it before? Anybody?
Well, I'm not gonna admit to it.
What would you do if it happened? Okay.
Yeah. So, if I had a really good bender where I just black out, and I wake up in the morning, and the boss calls and says, "What was that?" And then you know you let that sinking fear seep in. What happened? Look into your phone. And I have to say, if I saw what I texted when I was drunk, I guess there'd be probably 3 things I would do. Step 1, damage control. All right, how much did I say, and what the heck did it mean to her or him? Probably a her if you're gonna drunk text them. 2, if it's real bad, it's time for donuts. You're bringing donuts to your boss. You are massaging their feet. You are kissing their ass to no end to keep that job because you need it. Who else is a starving college student? And 3, if that doesn't work, I'm guessing I would just end up rolling into a ball, shaking back and forth, pitying the fact that I just lost my job through a drunk text, and then have a great story to tell about it to all my friends in the future. And that's what I would do. Thank you.
Okay, so you go out with your friends, you guys are at the club, hanging out, all of a sudden your best friend's boyfriend or girlfriend comes in and you see them making out with somebody else. What do you guys do? Do you take a picture, send it to them, do you go up to them? What would you guys do? Everybody has a best friend.
Cindy's questions definitely put a lot of us, I think, in a quandary tonight. So what would I do? I'm a DJ, so I'm in the club a lot, and that's my environment. That's my second home. So it's happened before, but it's a complex situation. I believe that friendship is very important, and loyalty is royalty. So people who are loyal to me, I'm very loyal to them. And if I saw my best friend's girlfriend come in and make out with another guy, I would absolutely hands down let him know. But I would do it in a strategic way, because that could be very damaging and hurtful, and wouldn't want to see my friends go through that. But that's it. It's the best I have.
Do you want to answer it? Anybody? Did anybody want to go over any of the other questions?
I just want to take the lottery one.
Okay.
Sexy unicorn, yeah. Get you one day. No, I kid. I don't gamble. But if I were and I were to win, the truth would be the first thing I'd do is I'd buy a very expensive bottle of alcohol, bottle of Dom Perignon, cheer up, celebrate, and then right after that, buy a Lamborghini, multiple. But no, I kid. I think one of the biggest thing about that is with everybody, having known that you won, and it does put a lot of strain on your relationship with others. And the thing I would do with my money would be, well, I think I've answered your question. I would buy a bottle of alcohol and celebrate. That's definitely the first thing I do. The next thing I do is I throw all the money in a trust and then just get all that money out, basically through interest payments. That way I can go, oh, I'm sorry, it's all in a trust. I can't touch it. So I can't give you any money. Problem solved. I'm also an accountant, so if you guys ever win the lottery.
If no one else, I wanted to do water open too.
Okay.
Just Okay, so people who win the lottery, when they're interviewed years later, are usually about as happy as when they won the lottery. So they're usually not that much happier. They're usually about the same level. Lotteries, a lot of you have heard, someone mentioned you spend it all, then you don't have anything left, and you're screwed, right? So they're dangerous. So obviously, we've all said it's important to make a business investment, to make a really good business investment. I'm about to tell you about the greatest business investment that exists, okay? Okay, so, has anyone ever heard about the seriously concerning and mysterious instance of bees dying?
Yes.
Yes, bees are dying. They're going extinct. This is a problem. Maybe not in the next couple of years, but in 50 years or so, I don't know, bees could all be gone. And that's a serious problem. Does anyone know why?
Herbicide, pesticide, what's on them?
Almost. Because of honey. Honey is delicious, and everyone loves honey. And it's an awesome sweetener. And if there's no more bees, then there's no more honey. Obviously, that's not the biggest concern, because there's a lot of, flowers will die, animal species will die. There's a lot of ecological ramifications. But when we're talking business, it's honey. So, the special thing about honey is that honey is the only substance, the only edible substance that does not go bad. Honey found in the tomb of King Tut was edible, technically. So, with my, you're allowed to eat it. So with my money from the lottery, I would invest it all in bees and honey. I would stockpile honey. I'd become like the lord of honey. I would have all of it. And one day, when this eventually happens, me or my descendants would have this honey, and we would just be kings. because of money. Thank you.
Anybody want to go over any other one? Thank you for everybody who participated.
Good job on table topic questions. They were very exciting and got you thinking. And